So this one is Jared from Kentucky. Hi.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hello. Hi. What do you have for us? Hi, Jared. I said, does agnosticism entail a contradiction? Okay, that's your question. Explain.
Yeah, so specifically in regards to agnosticism towards the triune Christian God, the claim of agnosticism would entail a contradiction to agnosticism in and of itself.
Wait, there's no claim in... Am I misunderstanding this? There's no claim in agnosticism. The whole point is not claiming things. The whole point of agnosticism is not to claim something. Am I... What claim are you talking about? What is the claim that we're discussing here?
Okay, well, to be clear, you might be a little bit lost. Do you agree that being agnostic in and of itself is a belief?
No.
Okay, agnosticism isn't a belief. So is agnosticism an expression of one's mental states?
Yeah, okay. Let's play around with that idea. See where it takes us.
Great.
I mean, technically, everything that comes out of your mouth is.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that was a concession. So yeah, we can move forward. So yeah, so that in and of itself would be a belief. Now that belief is going to be propositional. Do you agree?
So long as it's reflective.
What is
if the proposition is that I don't have a belief, then sure.
Right. Yeah,
yes.
It's a belief about yourself.
So it's a proposition of belief. Now, in the triune Christian God, at least as it's defined, it's going to be the necessary referencing point for intelligibility. Now, if you have intelligibility without referencing God as a necessary point, now I'm not adding any credence to that argument right now, but it would entail a contradiction. So if you're saying that, let's just say, for example, I know a chair is in front of me right now. Now, if that's not in reference to that which is universally ultimate and instantiates and secures the truth value of propositions, then that's going to be negating the proposition that it's necessary for its intelligibility, and that in and of itself, as justification would take as a proposition would take justification.
I don't know what this guy just said. Do you understand what he just said?
I mean, I believe I'm following it. The notion here is that when we're talking specifically about Christianity and this notion of the Holy Spirit being able to like speak to your heart or be intelligible, that to suggest that you don't believe, or you're not sure, rather, that not that you don't believe, but if you're just not sure if there's a God, but the God that we're talking about ought to be or necessarily is intelligible, then those are somehow contradicting. That's a very narrow case, if I have it at all correct. Am I in any way misinterpreting you, Jared, or can you walk me through it a little better?
You need to do a better job at explaining things as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard when you guys are kind of lost right now. I'm not sure which part you're lost on, so I'll restate it. So the proposition, I can just spell out the contradiction for you. So the proposition is going to be the proposition and its negation in conjunction. The proposition and affirmative would be that the triune Christian God is the necessary reference point as the universal ultimate instantiates and secures the truth of propositions. The negation of the proposition.
Stop there. Go back to that phrase. Talk about the triune Christian God, because you're rushing through these concepts, and I'm not really sure.
Jared, you suck at explaining things. You really do.
You sound like you're more reading than explaining, just to throw that out there.
It also might just be the case that you kind of suck at tracking. So usually when people move to meta like that, they're going to be good at it. I don't know why you moved to meta. I just want to talk about the substance right now. So back to the substance. So the proposition in the affirmative would be...
Are you bored?
Bye-bye.
I'm getting bored, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
These people think they're so intelligent because they just put big words next to each other and they try to speed run through it and it try to confuse everybody, and they think they're winning when people are confused. That's usually when I think
it really, for me, comes down to how do we define winning? I don't necessarily show up to win, but I do hope to walk away from these conversations with the thought that more people in the audience will begin to see and understand the world similarly to the way that I understand it. And if Jared thought that what he was doing was going to cause anybody watching this show to see and understand the world that he does, then he needs to read a little slower.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, make sure they don't do this to you. Okay. So you have a very obvious, easy take. You don't see evidence for God, and they and there is no evidence for God, so you lack a belief in God. And given that they fail at providing evidence for a God, what they try to do is go and look into philosophical language and find the biggest, most complicated words out there and create a sentence that they repeat really fast to you, and you will feel like maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I am dumb. Maybe these people understand philosophy much more than me, and there's something to what they're saying, and I'm not going to engage in an argument with them because I'm going to look stupid. And if I come and say, I don't understand what you're saying, they're like, okay, then you have a problem. You're not smart enough to understand why my argument for the existence of God is valid. But if you actually have a good argument for the existence of God, you should be able to communicate it in a way that is understandable. If you don't understand it, it's not your fault. They are doing it often on purpose to make you feel stupid. Don't feel stupid. It's on them.
Fair to say. I appreciate that.